And joining us now on the RSL show, it is Real Lake defender and newcomer Kobi Henry joining us. Kobi, how you doing, man? Thanks for taking the time.
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for the invitation.
Real quick, what are just to begin and just describe some characteristics for you that you would use to describe the way you play and some characteristics to describe you as a player.
I think I'm aggressive and creative, hard worker, good teammate. Yeah, those are all attributes I would say that I bring to the team.
Yeah, I'm more interested in kind of the personal side of Kobe Henry. How did you start playing soccer? How did you end up in Real Salt Lake?
Yeah, well, I've been playing, my whole life. I love the game. Me and my brother always grew up kicking around in the house and everything. So I think that's what started my love for the game. And I've had a very interesting journey so far. I've moved around a little bit, gained a lot of experience. I was in France for a little bit, learning a lot over there, overcoming obstacles, and now there was an opportunity to come to RSL, and I was very happy to join the team, and now I'm here. Just continuing to learn and progress.
What are some differences and similarities between MLS and the French league?
I think that the maybe the speed of the game is a little bit different, as well as just the players. I think in the MLS, it's a lot more team based. The teams would play a bit more together, as in France is focused a lot more on as well playing together with the ball, but also individual attributes like some of the players' speed and strength and yeah, things like that.
Very cool.
It seems like football and this game is just something that runs in you and your family, right? I hear there's some familial ties between you and the Trinidad Tobago national team. Your dad also played, so just how influential was, I guess, your family in helping you begin your your football journey?
Yeah, really influential. Both my parents were athletes growing up, and my brother as well played soccer at a collegiate level. So they're a great support system. And just having an athletic background and an athletic family really helped me choose what I wanted to do in life.
How did you first begin to get involved? So let's go back to the very beginning, right? How did you first begin to get involved with the Orlando City Academy?
Yeah, so I was playing for Florida Rush at the time, and I believe we had played a game against Orlando City, and they liked my playing style, and then I was recruited to go over there. So, and that's actually when I moved to a center back before I was a midfielder. So that's pretty interesting.
Which do you prefer?
No, I like center back now. It's lets me express myself the way I like to.
So growing up in Florida, you go to the Orlando City Academy, and then from there you join the Inter Miami Academy. And so again, just I guess what was the process of jumping over to Inter Miami, and what led to that decision?
That was actually just my parents were moving jobs, so it just happened that they were going to Miami, and Inter Miami was forming that year. So that was pretty cool. I got to join the club in its first year, and it was great. Yeah, I had a lot of great memories there.
When
So
you
that
were with Miami, did you ever work with Javier Morales?
Yes, I did. That was my coach of the U17 team, actually, and it's one of the biggest RSL legends. So that's great.
That's a pretty cool tie. I love that.
How is he as a coach, right? I feel like the fan base here obviously recognizes him as a player and the legend that he is, like you mentioned. But how was he as a coach in that first year for you at Inter Miami?
He's great. He's great. He's, an intense coach. He wants the best out of his players. I don't remember too much, obviously, because it was a little while ago, but he was great. I know he played a big role in transforming my soccer.
So then, how how do you go from, being in that Inter Miami Academy to basically kind of packing up your life, moving across the country, and signing your first professional contract with Orange County in California?
Yeah, that was actually during COVID, and I just remembered I wanted to play. I was just looking at the time, the MLS Academy had taken a break from playing because of COVID, and the USL League was still playing. And I was presented with that opportunity, and I thought, why not? Well, I want to go and play with older guys. Learn how it is to be in a professional level, and yeah, and it worked out well.
So what does that learning curve look like? How difficult is that learning curve when you're, 16, 17 years old, you move across the country, you sign that first professional contract. Now you're playing against, like you mentioned, older guys. You're playing with against professionals, right? So how difficult is that learning curve for a guy at your age making that move at that time?
Yeah, I think it was it wasn't too difficult. I think I was just enjoying it at the time. I think the guys were very helpful, inviting young players in, and it was good just to know what it's like to be in a professional environment with older guys from such a young age because I just gained experience.
And what did it mean for you to kind of break through quickly with Orange County and go on and at the end of the season you win a USL championship, right? What does that mean for you to go through that and have that championship under your belt?
Yeah, it was great. As I said before, I just gained so much experience knowing what it's like to, you know, per pursue the season and really just maintain high standards in order to get to the final and get a result. So it was a great learning experience.
I'm gonna change course here a little bit. So, obviously fans see you as Kobe Henry, the soccer player. Who's Kobe Henry, the person, and what does he do in his spare time? What are his hobbies?
Yeah. I like music, I like fashion, and I like nature, so everything I do, I try to keep it within those three hobbies, I would say. Um, but I'm a pretty chill guy, oftentimes when I'm not playing soccer, I'm watching soccer or I'm watching some sort of video about soccer, so that's pretty much it. I just like to relax and take the most of my free time.
You mentioned nature. Obviously, Utah's a great place for that. Do you have any destinations circled on the map to go explore when winter's over?
I'm not too sure yet. I haven't really been able to do much research since I've been here. It's been pretty hectic. We've been working really hard. So, but hopefully, as the season goes forward, I'll get to explore a bit more.
Yeah, definitely hit up Marcelo Silva. He'll have plenty of recommendations for you. He seems to be
Okay.
the outdoor guy as well there at the club.
Yeah.
You mentioned fashion. I think fans realize that pretty quick, with your game day fits. I think you win the game day fit award so far this year. Who's the closest runner up on the team? Who's got the next best fashion sense?
Mm. There's a couple. Diego's been pretty solid. I think Xavier Gozo as well and Lachlan Burke. Have been pretty nice. So there's a few guys that I would say can come close.
All right, here's your chance to throw someone under the bus. Who's the furthest from the winner? Who's the worst style?
Uh,
You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but
yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't know,
curious.
I don't know if I can answer that because I think style is selective. So I think everyone has their own personal style. I like seeing some of the guys and how it differentiates to the locker room.
That's a good answer right there. That's a good answer.
So you mentioned music and your love for music. Favorite genres, favorite artists, who are they?
I just like calm music. I like Frank Ocean is one of my favorites. Lauryn Hill, anything just that's chill, when I'm outside of soccer, but definitely before a game or when I'm trying to get pumped up, go to the gym or something, then rap, French rap as well, anything like that.
Who takes the aux in the locker room?
I I'm on it sometimes, and then usually between like Pablo, Brian Ojeda, and Diogo, I think. Yeah, so it just switches, depends on the day.
Who's got the best music then, or that puts them over the aux?
I like Brian Ojeda's music. He puts a little bit of everything, that always seems to match the vibe. Yeah.
Moving back now to a little bit to soccer, the soccer of it all. You, at the age of 17, you get called up in December of 2021 for the senior U.S. national team, right? For a friendly against Bosnia. You didn't make your debut that day, but just how special is it for someone at your age, at 17, to be able to go and have that experience of playing with the senior national team?
Yeah, that was great. It was a really good experience. I feel like it was like worth it after all the hard work I put in that season. So I was just really grateful for that opportunity. And yeah, I mean, that's the goal for every young American is to represent their country on a national team level. So, it was great. It was a great experience, and I just hope to, every day work hard and try to get back to that.
And then Stade Rams comes calling for you in 2022. What influenced your decision to kind of take your chance abroad to further your career?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the data almost is like what I like to call it. It's like I was looking at some of the best defenders in the world, and a lot of them are French, and it comes from their system, how they bring up players. So, it was definitely a thoughtful move. Um, and I think it has been great. I learned a lot while I was in France, and hopefully now I could show that on a big stage like MLS.
So
The
when Rouse like came coming for you and presented to you and said, "Hey, this is a move that we might want to make." What exactly did they present to you that made you decide that Real Lake was going to be a good fit for you?
Yeah, I think just with some of the younger guys that they have had here, that I know pretty closely, like Diego and Gavin, who was here before. I just really like how they give the youth a chance. It seems like they, you know, teach the younger guys a lot and give them opportunities to actually show what they've learned on the field. So that's what influenced my decision.
the last couple matches we've seen you come in at outside back. How is that for you as a center back and kind of your adjustment to the game?
Yeah, it's interesting. I quite like it. I think that it gives me a bit more to do on the ball and a bit more 1v1 defending. So I'm not opposed to it at all. It's just whatever gets me on the field, I'll do it.
Very cool. And then one of my last questions: who's the toughest player you've had to come up against so far?
That's a good question. In the MLS or
Just overall, right? It could be Academy, USL, France, MLS, wherever.
okay. There's a young player in France. We call him Momo Jacon. He plays for Stade de Reims, and he's really, really, really good player. Really skillful, and I would always enjoy doing 1v1s with him in training, and yeah. So I would say him.
I'll have to look him up.
Yeah.
When obviously, it's your first season here, you're on loan. What is your goals, I guess, through this first season, while you're here on loan at Real Salt Lake? What are your goals for you personally?
My goal is to play as many games as I can, help the team out as much as I can, and just show my talent and show what I could bring to the table. I just want to really help this team and help us like have a great year.
Is there a specific moment, looking back at kind of your soccer career and your journey, is there a specific moment that you can kind of pinpoint and say that that's the moment that you realized you wanted to be a professional football player?
Mm, I think just growing up, like my older brother would always just be watching Premier League and playing FIFA and things like that. So I think that just, got me obsessed a little bit with soccer. So I think ever since then, I've really been attached.
When, obviously, like we have a whole season ahead of you, but when you kind of take a look at your career and your journey so far, is there a specific, I guess, is there a specific place that you see yourself in 5 years, maybe 10 years in your career and kind of where you want to be as far as your soccer career goes?
Yeah, I mean, I want to be at the highest level possible. I want to be, playing Champions League and representing my country, all of that. So I'm just really trying to work hard now so I could get there.
Is there a particular club, in Spain, France, England that you would just absolutely love to play for? A dream club?
Not really, honestly. Like um, I want to get there, and whatever will take me there.
Cool. What about just like being a fan of? Do you have a Prem club, a La Liga club that you love to watch?
I like United. United has been my team since I was young.
That's the right answer.
Yeah,
It's been a
Yeah,
rough couple years for United, though.
yeah,
very.
yeah.
Real quick too, to kind of focus in on a little bit of I guess the action that has happened the last couple of weeks, right? Not the best result against San Diego, but still some pretty positive performances. How do you guys, one, how do you guys work on just finishing some of those opportunities that you had against San Diego a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes with repetition and focus. Like everyone knows that they need to be locked in and we need to be doing better in the games. It's not a secret. So I just ask the fans to be patient and know that we're working hard. All the guys are trying their hardest and it's going to be better.
You've had some pretty good opportunities on set pieces. I'm really pumped to see you bag a goal here. I think you'll get one this year. So
I
keep it up,
appreciate
man.
it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And then lastly, just looking ahead at that Houston game on Saturday, what's kind of what has Pablo been working on with you guys to obviously put that 3-1 result behind you and just move forward into this next game?
Uh, I mean, I think it's just been trying to continue what we've been instilling, the values we've been instilling since the beginning of the season. It's just really trying to play the RSL way and just, get better at the little details. And I think we'll do good.
How's your relationship with Justin Glad, Brian Vera, and the other guys in that? Not only I guess in that center back room, but I guess just in the defensive room as a whole, right? What's that relationship like?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, honestly, with all of the guys, like, I get along so well. It's a great family, I would say. Made it really easy for me and the other new guys to come in here and feel welcomed. So, but especially with the defenders, it's been really good. We have a good relationship.
Josh, anything else from you?
No, we can let Kobe get back to his day. We just appreciate your time, man.
Okay, thank you guys so much.
Absolutely, man. Thank you again, Kobe, for taking the time today.
Appreciate it.